Are you serious? The Bilderbergs are getting together again. The Bilderbergs are gathering round. They're gathering round. They're gathering round. The Bilderbergs are gathering round. Oh my goodness. Here they go. The elite. CEOs of major corporations. Prime ministers. Presidential hopefuls. Generals. Leaders of different elite groups of secret societies are all gathered round again for another time of discussion. And what will be on the agenda? I'll guarantee, I'll promise you. Now listen, Stephen of Oklahoma brought it to my attention that they're starting the big conference of the Bilderberg Group, and many people believe. There's been 4 or 5 presidents of the United States attend these. I mean, David Cameron did from England last year. I mean, there has always been key players, Saudi princes, folks of all the major money men. Well, I guarantee you they're going to talk about the Middle East in this conference. Oh, we don't know exactly who they are because it's always top secret. Only guys like Alex Jones can actually sneak in and get some videotape one year. I mean, it's very tough to find out, but the Middle East uprisings, those have got to be on the agenda. What about Palestine and Israel? With the big UN vote coming in September, you know that is a major agenda point. And, well, you think the United States dollar and its decline, the economic woes of America, and the relationship with China isn't on the table? Huh? What? And what about Libya and Yemen and Egypt and Tunisia, and Syria, and Algeria, and Bahrain, and Jordan? Aren't these all huge discussions? I mean, you talk about how much money involved. Gaddafi's got a ton of money that they're trying to get their hands on. And this guy, the president of Yemen, are you serious? This dude's been in power for like 33 years. We're talking about Ali Saleh. And we're also talking about who's going to get the $70 billion that's floating around from Jose Mubarak. This guy was the richest man in the world. He had more money than Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. We're talking about the evils of men's hearts, the cracks and crevices and the crevices of the darkness that looms deep within the darkness soul of human existence. All of these things are going to be brought forward. And you might say, Paul, why in the world are you spending your time on this? Because when you look at the news rundown, listen to some of the things happening right now. 1,500 Syrians had to flee out of Syria into Turkey. Why? They had to try to get away from President Assad as he's murdering his own people, and simultaneously while he's killing all the innocent people in the streets of Damascus, he's paying people $1,000 to run over to the borders of Israel and clip barbed wire to create the constant appearance of the Intifada. And that's not the only thing going on over there. NATO's been bombing Libya today without any recourse of any concern for the health and welfare of human existence. I mean, they are bombing Tripoli. They are bombing Tripoli. And Gaddafi, if he's still alive, he's got to be so deep in a bunker that nobody can even find the guy, let alone if he's alive or dead. But we're talking about millions of dollars. And listen to this. What about Somali? Somali? Well, who cares about Somali? The pirates about all I care about, right? No! They're a huge player when you talk about the Muslim maneuvers in Africa. And matter of fact, Somalia has decided to delay its presidential elections for another year because of the instability in the region. And that's not the only reason. What about the world bankers? The world bankers are really nervous over who's going to get their hands on the floating cash of Libya. And do you think Citibank might show up at the Bilderberg meetings because they've been hacked by thousands of their customers' debit cards have been hacked? And isn't China blaming Google for hacking? Isn't everybody hacking? Isn't there a place in New Jersey called Hackensack, New Jersey? I don't know. You think they're going to talk about this law that Obama signed, suspending Jerusalem from being the capital of Israel for another 6 months so that the United Nations can get all their resolutions ready and get the big vote prepared. Don't you see the leverage they're trying to put on Benjamin Netanyahu? And I'll guarantee he's not invited. There won't be one, not one from his government going to show up at the Bilderberg Group. But there will be some Jewish men there because they're so tied into the major banks. So you know they're going to be there. I don't know how they're going to deal. Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall when these Saudi princes are sitting around and the Jewish bankers and everybody talking about who's going to get a hold of Muammar Gaddafi's cash? Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall on that one? You think they're going to talk about the 600 dead penguins in Uruguay? Or what about the millions of dead fish in Brazil? You think that'll come up? Or how about the 10,000 dead cattle in Russia? Do you think the E. coli disease will be brought up? This E. coli pestilent ripping through Germany? And Germany's saying it was Spain's cucumbers. And Spain says no, it was Germany's Brussels sprouts. And now the scientists said, it's too late. We will never find out what caused it. What do you mean it's too late? You could build an atom bomb. We could put a man on the moon. Look, we're breaking our record in the shot put, but we can't figure out the cause of the E. coli epidemic. Are you serious? Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Philip of Alabama, he was sharing this with me, but Italy's foreign minister is going to give the Libyan citizens that are fighting against Muammar Gaddafi $300 to $400 million. That's huge, folks. That's a gigantic stake in the claim. So you think Italy might have somebody at the Bilderberg conference? And you know what? I also got some key information here from Stephen there in Oklahoma. He said that the United States Department of Education has sent SWAT teams to collect school loans in America. Now, do you remember when the school loans were controlled by Sallie Mae? Remember that? Now they're what? Now they're controlled by the United States federal government. And you can't file bankruptcy. Look, it doesn't matter that unemployment is 9.1%. And the real unemployment now, the government is saying now that the real employment is 20%. But Alex Jones and his people said, no, it's actually 24%. But they changed all the bankruptcy laws. That if you do file bankruptcy because of medical problems or a loss of job or your home getting foreclosed on, well, you still got to pay those school loans. It doesn't matter that you spent $75,000 to go to college and can't get a job. You still got to pay those school loans. The government will not let you slide. The government's going to default on their debt to China, but you better not default on your school loan debt, even though your jobs that you went to school for to get are in the Philippines or in Korea or in China or Taiwan. No, you better not try to get out of that. Because if you do, remember when Obama was running for president, he said he was going to have his own personal army, the brown shirts. Well, he'll send the brown shirts to your door to collect that school loan money, whether you have a job or not. Jesus said it this way. There was a man that had a gigantic debt. He couldn't pay. It was impossible. They brought him before the man that he owed the money to, and the man was just about ready to throw him into prison and to take his wife and kids and sell them into slavery to collect the debt. The man begged for mercy. He begged. He said, I just can't do it. The economy, your taxes are killing me. I can't do it. And he was given a pardon. He was given forgiveness. He was said, go. You're set free. The man walked out into the street with the escape of his life, and he ran into a guy that owed him $30. And he said, hey, you owe me $30. I need that money. Pay me, man. The guy said, man, just give me a few more days. I'll come up with it. He goes, man, I'm getting sick and tired of it. Got him down and choked him. Is that what the government's trying to do here in America? They owe $14 trillion to the Chinese, but they won't let you out of your loan after they sold your job to another country. How do you feel about that? And they're raising your taxes while they're at it. I'm Paul Begley. Am I sarcastic? Or am I truthful? Let me say that again. I'm Paul Begley. I have my coffee cup. Do you have one of my cups? I'm Paul Begley. I am serious. Jesus does save. But the question I'm going to ask here is, am I being sarcastic? Or am I just being truthful? You might say, what does this got to do with people getting saved? I'm going to break it down to you now. You see, what I'm trying to tell you is the Bible says there will be, in the last days, perilous times will come, when men will be lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. There will be heady, high-minded, truce breakers, fierce, incontent. They don't love you. There's only one person that loves you. The man that gave his life for you. His name is Jesus. Give your heart to Christ. We're running out of time.